All right, let's talk about something really important today. It's a quiet issue, one that happens behind closed doors in so many long-term relationships: financial secrets. We're going to get into the deep psychological and, yeah, even neurological reasons these secrets take hold, especially in our later years. But more importantly, we're going to map out a clear path to get back to transparency and build an even stronger partnership. Wow, that really cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Maybe it's a hidden debt, or a savings account that's not what it used to be, or a risky investment that just went wrong. Honestly, this specific secret isn't the point. The real story here is the fear behind it. It's this belief that telling the truth could just shatter everything you've spent a lifetime building together. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And this isn't a story about greed. It's about something much, much deeper. And that right there, that's the core of it. Psychologists have a name for this: the identity protection wall. It's this deep, deep belief that your value in the relationship is tied directly to your ability to just handle things. I mean, after 40, 50 years of being the provider, the steady hand, admitting a financial problem feels like so much more than a mistake. It feels like you're failing at who you are, a threat to that internal story you tell yourself about yourself. Okay, so let's start digging into this wall of silence. In this first part, we're going to explore exactly why keeping this kind of secret can feel so necessary, so protective, even when it's causing so much damage. And it's so important to get this. This secrecy usually comes from a place of love, even if it's misguided. It's not about some malicious plan to deceive your partner. It's a desperate, often panicked attempt to protect the very foundation of your life together. You're trying to save that identity you've spent decades building, the one who's competent, the one who always figures it out. In a lot of ways, it's a fight to protect your own dignity. Which, leads us to the biggest question of all. In trying to shield your spouse and your marriage from a tough financial truth, does the secret actually do its job? Is this wall you've built really a fortress, or is it something else? And here is the painful central paradox of the whole thing. The silence doesn't protect. It does the exact opposite. It creates the very instability and fragility you're so desperately trying to run from. You end up operating with this sort of hero complex that your financial reality just can't support anymore. And the hard truth, your partner would almost certainly rather face a difficult reality with the real you than live inside a comfortable lie that's about to explode. But this isn't just about your feelings or your identity. There's a biological component here too. The whole landscape of your financial life has changed in a fundamental way, and your brain is reacting to it, big time. Think about it. For most of your life, you were in what's called the accumulation phase. You were earning money, so if you made a financial mistake, you had this incredible tool to fix it. You could just go earn more. But now, in retirement, you're in the decumulation phase. You're not earning to fix mistakes anymore. You're living off a finite pile of money. This creates what's called resource fragility, and it means every market dip, every surprise expense feels like a direct threat to your survival. So why does a financial loss feel so much more terrifying now? I mean, a $10,000 mistake in your 30s was a pain, sure, but you knew you could work your way out of it. That same $10,000 mistake today, it can feel like an absolute catastrophe, a threat to your home, your health, your whole future. Well, there's a scientific reason for that intense, overwhelming anxiety. It turns out that as we get older, a part of our brain, the brain's threat detection center, becomes hypersensitive, specifically to the idea of financial loss. It's like a smoke alarm that's suddenly way too sensitive, going off when you just burn the toast. This is not a character flaw, it's just your brain's wiring. And it triggers a very real physical panic response that makes having a calm, rational conversation feel almost impossible. It just pushes you toward the silence. And this biological reaction, it really fuels two powerful psychological reasons for staying quiet. First, there's competence shame. This is the deep-seated fear of looking foolish or out of your depth in a world of complicated online banking and crazy markets. And second, there's a fear of emotional contagion. That's the worry that if you tell the truth, you won't just be sharing information, you'll be infecting your partner with your own panic, shattering their peace of mind. Okay, so that's the problem. It's heavy stuff, I know. But this is where things start to shift. This is where we pivot from understanding the problem to actually embracing a powerful new way forward. We're going to call it the co-sovereignty mission. And this right here is probably the most critical idea in this entire explainer. So just let it sink in for a second. By hiding the truth, you are not protecting your partner. You are making a decision for them that they are too fragile to handle reality. you're actually depriving them of their agency, their basic right to face this challenge with you as an equal partner in this life you've built. So the mission is to consciously shift your whole mindset. You're moving away from the lonely, stressful job of solo stewardship and into a new, much more powerful model: Radical Fiscal Co-Sovereignty. You're going from being a secret keeper to being a transparent co-pilot. You start treating your financial life not as one person's burden, but as a shared intelligence mission for two. And look, this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's a huge strategic advantage. Two different perspectives, two sets of skills, two lifetimes of experience. That is simply better than one when you're trying to navigate this new financial world. You're not just tearing down a wall of silence. You're working together to build a fortress of truth. And that is so much stronger. So how do you actually do this? How do you have this incredibly difficult conversation safely? How do you start taking down that wall without causing the very explosion you've been afraid of all this time? Well, that's where the transparency protocol comes in. It's a clear, step-by-step guide to doing this the right way. Now, these are more than just tips. Think of them as marital defense systems. First, do a neutral ground audit. Actually talking about finances in a calm public place like a quiet coffee shop naturally brings the emotional temperature way down. Second, use a no-blame disclosure. So if you're the one revealing the secret, you start with your feelings. I hid this because I was scared of failing you, to separate your good intentions from the actual mistake. Third, bring in a third-party buffer, like a trusted financial planner to act as a neutral referee. And finally, start holding monthly mission alignment meetings to talk about your shared values and goals, not just the numbers. You know, embracing this kind of radical honesty, it requires more than just a new to-do list. It requires a new perspective on yourself and on your relationship. It takes a real commitment to honoring the partnership you have. Please remember this. Struggling with today's financial world is not a personal failure. It's a sign of how complex the world has become. Think about it. You have adapted to countless changes over your lifetime. You are a master of adaptation. Bringing the truth out into the open isn't admitting defeat. It is the ultimate act of respect. It is honoring your partnership by trusting that the person you've built a life with is strong enough and loves you enough to face this with you. You've weathered so many storms together. A bank statement should not be the thing that tears you apart. So finally, let's bring all of this together. Let's talk about your immediate path forward, your path to clarity. Look, that secret you're holding on to, it was almost certainly born out of a desire to protect the person you love. But the interest you're paying on that secret is your own health and your own peace of mind. The silence is costing you more than you realize. So here's a gentle challenge. Using that no-blame disclosure we just talked about, what is one financial fact, even a small one, that you can share in the next 24 hours? Just start the conversation with your why, your reason for hiding it. When you finally break the silence, you break the power that shame and fear have over your future. Transparency is the only way to build that lasting fortress of truth, so you can face whatever comes next with calm confidence and real hope. You have earned the wisdom that comes with your years. Now it's time to live with the clarity that comes from honesty. Speak the truth, strengthen your bond, and move forward, together.